I didn't think that I would ever share this dream. I only told my husband about it at the time, but I had a dream last year, maybe even a year and a half ago, about the 144,000 that is spoke of in Revelations 7. I had a very intense and vivid dream that the seals were broken and Jesus had returned. And out of my house, I was lifted through the roof with like a mighty pull, and I was observing the earth. I could see all of the lands of the earth, and I was not the only one in the sky. There were millions of people in the sky, and we're just floating there, and it's complete peace. It's completion is what it felt like, and there was such joy in all of our hearts because of it. But as I looked down at the earth, I heard a sound, and as I looked down, there were golden flashing lights that illuminated from the ground, and each light meant one person. And something had me zoom in on these lights. These lights were people, and someone said clearly, these are the 144,000 that I speak of, and they were sealed, and they were immediately transformed into warriors of light. They were no longer human. They became what I would consider almost angelic. They were installed with an incredible power from God to be light warriors on earth during the final days. And they would stay until the very end, helping the last of those on earth come to God before it's too late, like this was the last chance. And there were people from all walks of life, all over the world, but they were fitted with special gifts, and these people had lived very, very difficult lives. They in themselves have very heroic stories that they lived on earth, and it was almost, actually I know it was preparation for them to be the last 144,000 here on earth during the final days. So the rest of us went up to heaven, and we watched from heaven the last fight, the mighty fight on earth against Satan, with 144,000 staying there, being warriors of light from God. That dream spooked me. I had to tell my husband, which was really weird because my husband was one of those 144,000 that I saw in the dream.
Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. A double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. I'm your brother Yahweh from Great Millstone, Orlando. And as you've seen in this clip, concerning this dream that this particular woman had. Now, this dream, it can be dissected a million ways, but the main point that I want to focus on, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, he has this way of dealing, he has this way of communicating. Read this real quick in Psalm 145 and 17. The Lord is righteous in all his ways and holy in all his works. So, like I said, the way that the Lord works, the possibilities are endless, you know. The Lord really be doing his thing in all kinds of ways. You know, brothers see all type of signs, right? Brothers having visions, right? The Lord might use other people, give visions to other people for you know, brothers, you know, for, you know, the prophets. All right, because again, the Lord, he has many tools, you know, many tools, many signs, many ways, like I said, how he works. And I'm gonna go ahead and read verse 18. It says, "And the Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him, to all that call upon him in truth." All right, because again, the presence of Yahweh Shai, we feel him. You know, he's definitely near. You know, there's a certain spirit out here. Basically everyone feels it, but again, only the prophets can discern. Only the prophets can, you know, really tell you what's going on. You know, because there's this feeling of anticipation. There's this feeling like something's getting ready to happen. All right, there's this feeling that people can't, they don't understand. But again, those of us that are nigh unto Yahweh Shema Shai, we feel it and we get it. All right, and you know, the Lord is definitely, again, he's communicating. And so the main point that I wanted to get out of this video, because like I said, it can be cut, it can be dissected a million ways. How I took it, you know, just speaking as a man. Because, you know, brothers have their different, brothers have their, you know, what they believe as far as the elect, because that's what we're really waiting on. All right, as it was posted in the beginning of this video, the Revelation 7, right? You know, concerning the sealing of the elect, that's really what we're waiting on. Because once those elect are sealed, and again, brothers have their different speculations. All right, some believe that the elect are sealed. It's just it's just a thing of, you know, the trying and refine process. Some brothers don't believe that the elect are completely sealed yet. Whatever the case may be, we are waiting for the elect, those that are here, are, because some of the elect are in the spiritual realm already. But to those that are here, all right, you know, once the elect are, you know, once the Lord gets to that point, because the scriptures go into how we all have to fulfill our measure. All right, I'm gonna go to this in James chapter 5, verse 7. "Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and have long patience for it, until he receive the early and latter rain." So you see, because, you know, we're complaining. All right, we're complaining day and night. The saints in the spiritual realm are complaining to Yahweh Shema Shai. We're all complaining. All right, you know, you know. So with that being said, again, we're complaining because we want this shit to be over with already. You know, I know brothers are feeling tapped out. You know, brothers are feeling drained. You know, brothers are just tired. It's really the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai that's keeping us going. All right, because Jake is through. You know, but with all that being said, you know, because we're waiting on the Lord. You know, we're waiting on the Lord to come back. But again, like I said here, the Lord's waiting on us, basically. You know, we're waiting on the Lord, but the Lord's waiting on us. You know, because again, we all have to get to our measure of the Spirit. We all have to get to that point to where the Lord is satisfied, and, you know, the Heavenly Father can finally send His Son and, you know, get us the fuck up out of here. Because again, you know, we're waiting on the elect to be sealed. All right. You know, and that's why, you know, brothers harp on the Lord's business, the Lord's business, because we got to get our shit together, man, so that the Lord can come and get us, so that the Lord can deliver us out of here. We got to get our shit together. So that's why it's important to, again, harping on the Lord's business. We want to get out of here so bad. Well, how bad do we want it? The Lord is looking at, hey, how bad do you want it? So with that being said, I'm going to go to this in Psalm 34. Psalm 34 and 18. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. And, again, this is the spirit that the elect are in, crying and sighing, Lord, how long? Lord, when are you going to put your spirit on these devils to make them moves? When are you going to put your spirit on these devils to mandate that C-hip already? Lord, how long? How long? How long? The $1 million question of old. And like I said, the Lord has his way of communicating. Here it is, Pakistan and India, they're getting ready to go to war. I saw something about how, I could be wrong, but Iran, if I'm not mistaken, is they're going to be sending military equipment, personnel in aid of Pakistan, if I'm not mistaken, just with everything that's going on as far as the news. The Lord, again, he has his way of reviving our hopes and keeping us alive, because, and that's why it's important to be occupying in prophecy, because, hey, the Lord is letting us know that we're close. With all that being said, the Lord is letting us know that we're close. The Lord is communicating. He's talking, and sooner than later. I know it doesn't feel like it, because, again, we're in the moment. All right. We are in our present hell. It's just one of those things where it's just like so close but so far, it seems. No, we're really close, man. We're closer than ever. Every day is a day closer, man. And that's why we just got to keep the main thing. Stay focused on Yahweh Bashim Shai. Stay focused on the bigger picture, because the Lord is getting ready to get us out of here. But like I was saying, as far as this, the main thing that I got out of this video, just speaking as a man, because, in this dream she mentioned that the elect being sealed in this dream or vision, the elect are sealed, and again, that's where, one of the few prophecies, one of the few things that we're waiting on, overall, whether the elect are completely sealed or not, all right, nevertheless, it's time. We're in that time. All right. So like I said, I perceive from this dream or vision that this woman had that the elect are sealed, man, and it's that time, man. We're in that time. And she also mentioned those seals, right? Which is another indicator of the fact that, we're at the end of this. I'm going to grab this in Daniel 12 in verse 12, I'm going to read 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. I'm going to jump down to verse 8. And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. So how do we know that we're in the time of the end? Going to this in Revelation 5, starting at 1. Revelation 5 and 1. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? Because, for many ages, the understanding of the scriptures has been sealed up. All right. It's been a mystery concerning the Revelation 17, going into that beast, the woman, the whore. Our Revelation 13, all this information that we have today through the spirit of power and grace and mercy of Yahweh Shema Shai has been hidden for a long time. But how do we know that we're at the end? Well, reading on, it says, And no man in heaven, verse 3, And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open it and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders said unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals. All right, so you see, how do we know that we're in the end? Well, for one, the end started over 2,000 years ago, during the time of Yahweh Shai, right? When he was, crucified, all right? And that was over 2,000 years ago. How much more now? How much closer are we to the end now? All right. If the end started when Yahweh Shai got on the scene, how much more closer are we now? And furthermore, as I just read, the seals, are loosed. Because again, all this understanding that we have, starting with the apostles, showing us that those seals have been loose, showing us again, we're close. All right. We're just all that much more closer. All right. So, like I said, man, just as far as, what I took from this, just speaking as a man, one of many ways, all right, the Lord is letting us know that, hey, we're close. Just hold on, Jake. We're almost out of here. All right. Just hold on just a little longer. We can honestly and confidently say, how long? Well, we don't have long at all. So just hold on. We're close. We're closer than we think, like the scriptures say. For our salvation is nearer than what we believed. We're closer than we think. So, Lord willing, you just say, I'm speaking to myself as well, keep your chin up, just stand firm in the paint, stand firm in the paint. Just hold on, we don't have much longer. So hopefully this was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh Shema Shai, and Shalom to you, hopefully elect.